Hello and welcome to Dating with Big Mike and the Boys. I'm Big Mike, and here are some boys.
Correct, Jack.
Tony, Liam, and Pat. Do you like to eat dates?
One of my least favourite things.
Absolutely love dates.
Do you actually?
Nah,
They're fucking repulsive.
Love 'em.
I haven't had one in about 10 years,
Dried
but
fruit.
I would not. Nah, raisins are good.
No, dried fruit's just worse. It's worse stuff.
Raisins are good though.
But I'm telling you they're not.
But I'm saying they are.
No.
Liam.
In Europe.
That's differing opinions with Big Mike and the Boys. Right.
But you're raising some good points.
So this isn't an episode about dates, the dried fruit. That was a joke I made, right? And that's not even my joke segment.
Wait, what?
That's later on in the episode.
I've literally done so much research on dried fruits for this episode, and now you're fucking chucking the spanner in the works.
Pat, there will be a dried fruit episode, don't you worry.
Yes, I can.
But this episode is all about dating. So we're trying something a little bit different this week. I've been looking on the old podcast charts, and I've found that there are some podcasts that are more successful than ours.
Bullshit.
Bullshit is
Name-
right, but it's
name
also
two.
true.
Name 64.
Better. I like it.
Name any podcast in the world, and there's your answer.
Flo Jogan.
Right, so I decided that maybe every week, as we already do a topic, we should do a topic that other successful podcasts do, and then maybe we'll draw in their crowd. You know, I just thought like free advertising. I think is that how that works. So first, I've got a little 5-star review question on iTunes question of the week for you. So every week we ask people to give us a 5-star review on iTunes. Okay, and guess what, lads? We have a review this week.
Woo!
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. Okay, are you ready for me to read it out?
Super ready.
I don't even know how to fit in reading it out because that part never happens. You know, normally I just say, and no one gives us a review, so blah blah blah. But here we go. This is a review, and it's from someone in the Czech Republic.
Oh.
They didn't actually message us on social media. I had to go find it myself, and they're called Agile Cactus.
Oh, I know a couple.
It's 5 stars.
5 stars.
Agile cacti.
Swedish nutrition.
So yeah, yeah,
Sorry, that's a
it is a
reference.
5-star, and so the headline, as you might say, of the punchline, no, the headline of says very good podcast. Okay,
That's how he tells them.
Their first language.
there's the kind of the text of the review is, I listen to this podcast. I like this podcast. Everyone should listen to this podcast because they too might like this podcast. And then it takes a wild left turn. There's a whole space, a whole gap.
Ooh.
And it says, what is the most disgusting thing you've seen in your time working in bars? Now, here's the thing. We said we'd read the reviews. We didn't say we'd answer any questions. So moving on. No, I'm joking. Would anyone like to answer the question Agile Cactus gave us?
Oh boy. So a few months, probably a year or so ago, we had closed up the pub. Everyone had left, and we're having our staff drinks, and one of the girl, so doors are closed, just the staff hanging around having their drinks, chatting about how fucked the shift was. Go into the bathroom, or one of the girls goes to the bathrooms and finds a girl passed out, covered in shit and vomit.
Oh.
This and shit, yeah.
Yeah, and she comes, the staff member, she comes straight out, and she's just she goes in and finds one of the doors locked, and she's comes back out and she's like, oh, there's someone still in here. So we're go knock on the door and we're we're closed. Can you get out? And we just hear yeah. Opens the door and the smell of shit and vomit.
Oh.
And this girl had been in all night with her friend, and we saw the friend leave, and they were chatting to every guy in the place, and we're oh, okay, so the other one's gone. And assumed. But no, she comes out and she is covered in shit and vomit. And we're all just sat there as staff members, just being like, with our beers, just looking at her like, and the embarrassment.
Oh, she didn't try and clean herself down in the bathroom first?
It didn't look like it.
Oh my
No.
God.
And it was just like sweet honey child. And she came in the next night, if you do that somewhere, you're not going to go back into that place the next day, especially if you're on holiday. You've got fucking hundreds of other places. No.
You have to wake up
She just
covered
came
in
in.
shit and vomit and realise that this must have happened.
Yeah.
You know.
She came back in the next night. I don't think she had any recollection that she was in that bar.
Oh my God.
And I was like, how are you feeling today? She's like, just giving me like a weird look. She's like, yeah, I'm okay. And just seemed to not know anything about
Maybe she
the
had a
night
twin.
before.
It's good at home. Isn't it?
Yeah. Just be like, you know how it is. Woke up with shit in my teeth.
I'm fine. What?
Yeah.
Happens every night
I mean,
waiting till you see
she
me.
would have known something had happened.
My hair was caked in my own shit.
But she might not have known where it happened. Or she definitely didn't know where it happened, because you would not show your face in that place again. If you walk out and all the staff members are just looking at you covered in poo and puke.
How covered are you?
And was she good looking, Pat?
The next
She
day.
was actually fair cute.
Special.
Yeah?
Piss.
Were you tempted? Because
I was like, guys, I'm going to
Pat-
make sure she gets
were you
Sodgy.
tempted on a little date?
Earlier on in the night, I would have been, but the poo and puke is not for me.
Was yeah,
Jesus.
it's like Lady in a Tramp, right?
And I'm the lady in this occasion. In
Yeah,
many
you are.
occasions.
Yeah, every occasion. Okay.
And also seeing
Tony or Bull?
just also seeing too many middle-aged men's penis in the middle of the afternoon, and you're like, man, it's fucking.
Yeah.
You're in a restaurant. Put
I
your
can
dick
see
away.
it. I can see it, but you can't. Do you know what I mean?
And how many is too many, Pat? That's my question. Do you know,
One
like,
is too many.
A few is
one is too many.
Penis.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ! When you worked in Rockets almost every day, more than one. It was like fucking Wanger, I don't know, Wanger Central.
Wang
like.
City.
Yeah.
And Tony, are you ever interested in taking them on a date or no?
Which, the Wangers or people?
The people with the wangers.
You see, that's what
Both.
you get me. If you were talking about just the Wangers, it'd be quite an interesting story, you know what I mean?
Okay, just the wangers.
Just leaving it at that.
Okay. Bull, what's the most disgusting thing you've seen in a bar for Agile Cactus?
I saw a girl sitting at the bar once, and she was like fucking fucked up, you know, just kind of letting her sit it out, you know. But she started getting sick on the bar, and then she had her elbows, like her head on her elbows. She started getting sick onto the bar, and then the sick made her elbows slippy,
Oh, that's
and her head dropped straight into
Gas.
her own vomit. And I'm not good with vomit anyway.
You're
he is
fantastically
not.
good with it. That's the funny thing.
Also saw a guy,
And you vomited a lot.
also saw a guy like shit up the back of his trousers.
Oh.
Sitting on a stool and like shit started coming out the back of his trousers, like up where his belt.
Where was that?
In Birmingham as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Remember we had to throw that. Like he
These are in Birmingham.
yeah, that was. He used to have to come. He used to come in every now and again, and they were like, Paddy just kept saying the amount of fucking stools I have to throw away because of this guy. He used to
shit himself.
pretty much after every time he came in, shit
Medical
himself.
term stools?
yeah.
The
don't remember this guy.
stools.
If I don't remember this guy, does that mean I was this guy?
No, definitely not. He was an owl lad with a hat.
Oh yeah, I never owned a hat.
But he used to. I don't know. His name was Walter, something like that. I don't know because Walter was the guy who was the Welsh rugby
Scottish.
supporter or Scottish rugby supporter. Yeah, no. I think this guy was maybe something else, maybe Harry or I don't know. Anyway, I saw him like shit up the back of his trousers.
That's fine.
The most disgusting thing I can think of is a time someone thought I was disgusting. So
What?
What?
cash your mind back about 11 years. Well, like, don't cash your mind back. Only one of you was there. It was full.
What are you doing 11 years ago?
And when we started working in the pub at first, we were so fucking poor that like we were working 30 hours a week, making piss all money, and then we were going out like 5 nights a week and getting pizza most of those nights. So we couldn't afford food in the daytime. So when I used to clear a table, I used to go into the kitchen and start finishing their food.
Oh no! Oh no!
And like looking back, that is fucking disgusting. But at the time, I thought I was hungry and there was food there that, like, not like some mashed potato someone's been like stirring up or like just like something that looks very untouched.
Yeah,
A lot. No, like all the chips, Pat. All the chips left on the plate. Not that chip here or there.
Nah,
And like if it looks like they hadn't touched half their mash, I'd have it like, but leave the bit that they touched. I'm not an animal. And our assistant manager came in and she said to me, "Please never let me see you do that again. That's fucking disgusting."
She said, "Never let her
And I
see
never
you
did it
do it
again.
again. Don't stop doing it.
just put up a blanket.
I know
around
she
you.
didn't care about me doing it. She just didn't want to have to see that.
There was a woman in Rockies before when I was there, and she was Costa Rican. It was her first shift, and she got all the takeaway boxes for all the wasted food and just started putting them in the boxes. She literally had, if anyone could see, it was like from waist to head height worth of takeaway boxes of food to bring home to her kids. It was so much food. We were like, where did she get?
And were they from people's plates?
No, they're just walking out. It was like good for shifts as well. We're like, what? She was like, oh, it's such a waste to throw it out. It's like.
Jesus Christ.
Was it the scraps from people's plates?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I've told anyone this ever.
Oh, come on.
So it's similar. It's like similar to what Mike had done, but like back in the fucking restaurant. If you're just joining us, I talked about rolling of dice last week and a shitty job that I was in, and I'm referencing that job now to all our new listeners. At a kids' cafe, and they'd have like a whole fucking like a banquet kind of thing, but of like sausages, cheese and ham sandwich, like just
a buffet,
like a buffet of like kiddie food.
Yeah,
and I'd host these kids' parties. Like I had to dance around in a massive bear costume. I was a DJ, get these kids entertained, but as soon as these kids left, and this is what is so repulsive, I would just fucking eat everything that's left on the table. Like, the stuff in the bowls, not the stuff from the plates.
Yeah.
But especially now with Corona times, you're fucking thinking, like, how many grubby little children's fingers have fucking fingered these
chicken nuggets,
sausages, chicken nuggets, all of this.
Good food, and probably put them in a mate and put it back.
Huh?
It doesn't matter.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. People are
it's
too worried about
disgusting either way.
No, it's not. I wouldn't. That's a buffet.
Like,
I could have joined in the middle and ate with them.
Yeah. Like, there's a lot of fucking food left over. And I'm just like, I don't get fed here.
No?
Nah.
Well, I'd be chowing down as well. I would. Even today I'd do that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like, cause
I genuinely don't think I've told anybody that.
I don't think eating leftovers from a buffet that are still in the
From
plate
a kids' buffet, it's not fucking got tongs and hygiene.
bad.
It's
a kids' buffet makes it a bit more grim, but it's still
Oh, that makes me feel a little better. But also,
okay.
were you,
But Pat,
I was hoping for a
you were definitely wolfing it down so no one would see you as well, right?
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, fistful.
Like, literally, a handful of cut sausages.
I can picture you doing it. Yeah.
Right.
Sucking them.
Pat, I think your lie this week was that you were wearing a fucking bear costume. I don't think that happened.
Yeah, I'm supposed to ask you guys at the end.
Oh,
You can't call me out as soon as you think the lie is there.
sorry. I thought that was the game.
No.
Nah, wait till the end, and then I will tell you the lie.
That's a liability.
Why would you like to
That's
know
like
more about the
when-
bear costume?
Yes, tell me about the bear costume.
I can't actually remember its name. I feel Rupert or something. But
Like, was it a Rupert costume?
nah, the play centre I worked at was called Bare Feet. And so that's why a bear was the mascot. And I had to run around a school one day in about 32 degrees weather, thinking I went blind from sunstroke, but the headband had just slipped over my eyes. And I'm telling the girl who's walking me around, being like, I can't see. And she's also assuming that I've gone blind, and I'm just take the fucking mascot head off, and I was like, oh, I'm just a sweaty, disgusting mess.
I love that, like, you've never mentioned this place before last week, and now it's just a recurring story about this place you work. You left it out for like 20 weeks, and now it's like your main thing is this.
Yeah, no, it's just like because it was a shit place. It wasn't. Sorry, Babs. That was the name. The owner.
Babs and bare
Sure,
feet.
that's her actual name. Babs.
Babs.
Yeah, Babs.
Her name's probably Barbara, is it?
Yes. Yeah, I think it was Barbara.
Barbara.
Or Barbara.
Barbara.
Or it could be Barbara.
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 Okay. Right, so that was our 5-star review on iTunes question of the week. No, that wasn't the question. That was just a review. I haven't asked the question yet.
What's the theme of this week again?
Okay,
Cacti.
I enjoy the cactus. Can you message us your address and I'll send you a Cookie Monster Lego? Thank you for that.
But we'll send it to you as a SWAT
That was 17 minutes of content from one review. That's amazing.
We're lucky we don't get many.
Yeah.
we couldn't handle them. We'd have to open up the Patreon
What
page
was the
again
initial
to answer
question?
them all. Right.
What was Agile Cactus's question?
No, like,
What's the most disgusting thing you've seen in bars?
Oh, okay.
what's the most disgusting
What
thing
did
I
you've
thought that was the five.
seen
things.
working in a bar?
What did you say?
Was not.
Wait, we're not finished, Mike.
Tony never told us.
Tony hasn't told us one.
I have too many anyway.
No, we're 17 minutes in and Tony
No.
needs to tell us.
That's the 5-star review question.
Come on, give
Well,
us one.
Tony told us a couple of things, but he can tell us something else if he wants.
Just one thing, Tom. One rotten thing.
One rotten thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen someone shat in table 2 in one of the pubs.
Table
Before.
poo.
Table poo, yeah.
Table
I didn't
2.
see that actually, but I know.
I love the way it's table 2, but you're not telling us which pub, just which table.
I know which.
I didn't even see
Yeah,
that.
we
in
all know
fairness,
which
though.
pub.
We all bloody know.
I've seen someone get sick in a pint and drink it.
Yeah.
Blech.
Welsh?
I don't know.
They love to
Rotten.
do that shit.
Do you know what I heard? Do you know what I heard? Apple juice. Have you heard the apple juice one?
No,
No.
In one of the bars here, Mike, this fucking group of lads came in. They ordered a load of beers and a pint of apple juice. And then,
And 1 pint of apple juice.
yeah, and
Oh, they pissed in it.
yeah, and handed it back to the barman and said, "That's not apple juice, taste that." And he drank it.
Oh, a fucking cunt.
Oh, I'd smash the glass over.
I'm pretty sure they waited for it to cool and everything. Like, you know, they had it all planned.
Where was that?
Here's the thing, right? Someone hands me a drink back. I'm not taking a sip of
No.
that.
Ever.
I do, like, because normally when people hand drinks back, is
That's true. I wouldn't.
With
No,
apple juice, I
it's
wouldn't.
Stick a straw in.
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
and go
I'll do a
away.
straw taste,
With
but like
apple
some
juice,
that,
I
oh,
wouldn't.
there's
No, with
no
apple
alcohol.
juice.
Yeah,
No, with
no,
apple
not
juice,
with
yeah.
apple juice.
I wouldn't in case they drank out of it. Because they would have taken a sip out of it. I'm not going to
Yeah, but
put
if
my
someone sends you a
fucking
fucking
mouth
drink
in
back
it.
and you're like, oh, there's no alcohol in this cocktail, and you're like, yes, there is. Like,
I sniff it. I don't
yourself.
taste it.
You were eating. Don't get on your high horse now, fucking scraps.
Scraps.
It's a long time ago.
That
was many moons ago.
A drink from a customer.
I have.
Never again.
No, I just chug it and be like, yeah. Thanks for the drink.
Usually only drink it through my eyeball though.
Safer. It is
That
safer.
fucking night with you, with cherry
Especially when it's
in your
piss.
eyeball.
Who, me?
Oh, you dickhead.
Have you done that?
We had been talking about it during the day, and I was like, "That's fucked up. I will never do that." And then we were up at Metronome, and he had a bottle of cherry brandy, and he was doing it in his eye, and I'm like, 2 drinks in, I was like, "Yeah, you know what? Actually, yeah, I'll try that." Peer pressure exists. Children, don't take drugs.
My eyesight's better for it.
Right. 21 minutes in. Should we get to the 5-star question of the week?
Yeah, I guess
we
so.
could do.
Getting back onto our topic of dating. And Tony, I knew you were going to say you've never been on a fucking date, right? So I was ready for you.
He didn't say it.
Didn't he?
How did you
Not
know?
live, no.
Not live, no.
No,
Did he say it before we were
Yeah.
recording? Okay. Tony, no, everyone. What's the worst date you've been on? And if you haven't been on a date, what's the worst thing that's happened when you're hooking up with a girl or meeting up with a girl? That basically is a date.
Like, one of the worst dates I've ever been on was when I first arrived to Prague, I was staying in a hostel, and one of my really good friends and one of the guys at the hostel matched with the same girl on Tinder, and they were like, okay, we'll turn this into a double date. And my friend was like, you should just come along as well. So it was 3 guys to 2 girls. And we got to this place. It's a weird fucking trendy student place. And I was like, this is a shithole. And we're chatting away. And like one of the girls was actually really fucking sound. And then we go somewhere else and we're like chatting away to these girls. And it's just a weird dynamic. And we go to this bar and they're like, we'll get shots of these and like the most expensive shots in the place. And we're like, okay, we'll get these ones, but you guys get the next round. And they're like, no. I told my friend we're going to be drinking for free tonight. Like me and the other 2 guys were just like, all right, flip a coin, heads we stay, tails we go. And it was tails, and so we just fucking left while they were in the bathroom. We just left it. I think we left them with the bill as well. Which
Nice.
I don't think is a bad move on my part.
Yeah.
If she fucking says to our faces that she told her friend not to bring any money out because they're going to get guys to buy us drinks, fuck yourself, cunt.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the worst dates.
And you weren't even on the date. You were the fifth wheel.
I also had a fantastic date with this girl in Weatherspoons.
Said no one ever.
We had
Nice.
discussed
Yeah.
discussed board games and playing Scrabble, and so I was like, all right, this is going to be cute. I'll bring Scrabble along, and it's actually kind of a nice Weatherspoons. It's got this big glass fucking roof, and I annihilated this girl at Scrabble. I still remember I played the word dolphin on triple word for like 160 points or something like that, and I was like, boom, motherfucker. And I thought the date went well. And then I started talking about fetishes and stuff. And I was like, this is the first date. I shouldn't be saying this. Never heard back from her. Beautiful
How's it go
Australian
from
girl.
Scrabble to fetishes?
I don't think the Scrabble was the problem.
Huh?
I don't think the Scrabble was the problem there. I think you're putting half the blame on the Scrabble when none of it should be on the
I
Scrabble.
made her feel stupid is what I did.
And then told her how weird you are. I like wearing masks when I'm getting down to it.
What, you think that's weird? So for anyone listening who likes
Nothing wrong with it.
No, you said you were saying how weird he was because of that.
I think Pat's weird no matter what he
Isn't
likes.
Cool, Mike.
No.
It's not, and we're not about that here on the Funky Like a Monkey, right? Tony, Tony? Tell us how you've never been on a date.
I just don't. They're awkward and weird, so it's not a thing.
You've never been on one.
No interest.
You never been to the
So if you
cinema
meet
when
it-
you were
if
15?
Do you not get fingered
Never
in the
did.
back?
If you meet a nice girl,
Never did it. Literally avoid.
if you meet a nice girl, maybe you kiss her on a night out, and you give her, you get her number, you text her, and you meet up together. Has that ever happened?
Yeah.
You've never met up with someone,
Yeah, I do it. I don't know what way my way would
but that's
be,
a date.
Not really, not the way.
Even
I
if you even if you just went over to their house to watch a movie, I mean that's a date essentially.
I don't
Early
consider
on,
that the
is
same, like.
basically a date. Not
Yeah.
just going up to a total stranger and being like, oh, hey,
like
in
going
a
out for
bookstore,
dinner and
it's like,
sitting down and
can
chatting
you
and stuff. It's
recommend-
never really like that for
You
me.
do
No,
that.
it's just
Not really like that.
anytime you meet
Not really.
anytime you meet up with someone who you're interested in is a date. If
Yeah.
they're interested in
You
you
go
as
for
well.
lunch with your lady occasionally.
Yeah.
That's a date.
Date.
Were any of them awkward?
Did
Wouldn't
you,
consider it all the time.
did you go on holiday? That's a long date.
a holiday.
That's what they say.
Mm-hmm. Awkward, I don't know. Can't think of anything awkward, to be fair. I definitely have had awkward moments, but I prefer my awkward moments are not the
In
same.
public, are they, Tony?
I feel we need to Natasha Bedingfield it and just release our inhibitions and
Well, I went on.
not worry about.
I was on a date when I was dating. I was seeing a girl. I was going out with a girl when I was 15, and we broke up. It was just like holding hands and kissing and stuff. Yeah,
Nice, Bert.
Cool.
Ah,
Yeah, all right.
15
fine.
years old.
Yeah, man. And,
Oh, yeah.
And I met that same girl. The love of my life just looked down from the balcony. But
And she was like, Romeo, Romeo,
Yeah.
wherefore art thou, Romeo?
then I met that same girl in a nightclub when I was 19, and we went back to my mum's house, and we're in my bedroom, and my mum, Liam! So I opened the door to her, she goes, Who's that? Who's that in there? I was like, oh, it's whatever. And she goes, well, you sleep on the couch, or I'm driving her home. And I was like, I'm not sleeping on the couch. So
Like yourself,
my mother
Mum.
drove her home.
What? I was not was not expecting that to go that way.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Her house, her rules, like.
That's
But,
hilarious.
but did you get your nookie in first?
No.
Oh,
No.
it would have been good if she was just like, yeah, Mum, if you could drop her off.
I'll pack some sandwiches. It won't be long.
No, I think it's hilarious. I was a little dickhead, like, as well. Like,
Oh, yeah.
should have just slept on the couch. Like. Imagine how awkward that car journey was. I wasn't with him, like, I'm go.
Much easier.
Horrible.
You take her home. See ya.
I went
Fucking
I
hell,
went
yeah,
straight to bed.
Jesus.
Yeah. It's not close either. It's like 6 miles away.
That's gas. She rang the doorbell and was like,
What?
I think she rang the doorbell and knocked on the door.
Who?
Your mum to like, I've got your daughter out
No, did she fall?
No.
No. No, my mom's not a maniac. She just was, I don't know, worried about me.
I'm actually I'm just very prematurely excited for hearing my mum's worst date ever. Are we going to ask worst or going to ask best?
I think worst.
I think worst. And then she married him. No. What about you, Mike?
Right, so that was the 5-star review question of the week.
No. Liam, you're editing this one. aren't you?
No.
No, he edits the last one. You edit this one.
I mightn't be able to.
Well, do it. Come on.
Right, so
Why? What was your most awkward date?
no, I just completely forgot to think of it. I'm sorry. I'll try and think of it by the end of the episode, but every date I've been on has been fucking awkward. I get like so into my head that like I can talk to like people all day, just chat shit all day, all kinds of nonsense. And if I'm on a date with a girl I like, I can't think of one thing to say. One time, because me and Bull worked for a pub chain in England, you got like a 25% discount at any of their like other bars. So one girl I took on a date to kind of one of the fancier bars, to All Bar One. And I told her, I was like, I've actually got 25% discount for this. And she said, you shouldn't tell people on a date that you have a discount. So that was one awkward thing.
Why? Discount. Deadly.
Yeah, no, I thought it was deadly. I thought she'd be a bit impressed, to be honest. Like, oh, you got some swing here. No, she was like, don't tell me that's why we came here, because you got it cheaper. I see what you mean.
I see both sides of that, to be honest.
Okay, so this is a segment that I call
Pat's chit
Pat's Chit Chat. Chit Chat. Tell us about some dates, Pat. This is Pat's little spot every week to steal the show. He can tell stories or ask questions. It's all chit chat with Pat.
All right, so my question is going to be for you guys: the best date, if you're pitching the awkward, or the most best date, most memorable. You better answer something for Kiki. She's sitting up, and the love of Liam's life is sitting up and staring him down into the back of the head, making sure he says something to do with her. So, Liam, what's
Well, for those of you who haven't listened before, Bull's girlfriend watches some of our podcasts from her balcony bedroom.
We went to the agricultural museum, and that was one of the best fucking days of my life.
Oh, she must have been delightful.
Oh,
Why was it the best, Liam? Explain.
She's got an obsession with like tractors and machinery.
So bloody
Oh,
cute.
like there's this little train that passes here, and she's obsessed with it. And
She loves little combine harvesters.
oh, she loves a little everything. Like
That's bloody white.
it's just the best. And so we were there, and there was a tractor simulator. And, you know. And I was like, "Do you want to do it? Do you want to do it? Come on, you fucking! It's like you're being a tractor." She's like, "No, it'll ruin it for me." But she was okay to get up on a real tractor and have her picture taken and stuff. But,
Oh, bless.
and there was just, I don't know, she ran around that place like a kid, like.
I'm so sure. Oh, I fucking Diggerland. Like, I know 100% it's true.
She's like, wait. You know, like, you mean, like, she couldn't even stop and look at one thing. She was wanting to look at the next thing.
You're adorable.
Yeah, I think that was just, like, I was just blissfully, happily walking around behind
Just
her.
watching her. You couldn't give a shit about the exhibits. You're just
Watching her in
watching
action.
her in her element. Yeah.
Sweating. Trying to keep up.
Mike, best date you've ever been on?
Go for Tony next. I'm still thinking.
Okay.
He
hasn't.
So, my mum and dad's first date.
Oh, okay.
Very first date, my dad was chasing my mum for a long time, anyway, not years.
She just got tired,
And
like.
eventually, she didn't even want to go on the date, and she agreed to it. And he met her after work, and they went to a beauty pageant. He secretly entered my mum, and she won it, and she was the first ever Miss Monkstown. Newspaper clipping and everything still.
Oh.
Is
In her work clothes and
amazing.
everything. Everybody else was all...
That's absolute. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Sounds gross though, Miss Monkstown. That sounds like a
Yeah.
title you don't want.
Miss Monkfish.
But
Miss Monkstown.
that's
Yeah,
fucking.
no.
Oh, that's so
That was
cute.
great.
That is cute. He knew she'd win.
Yeah, maybe. I reckon my dad was just finding it funny.
Yeah.
He's just being a gas bastard, like. Feel like, oh, not that he knew she'd win, just be like, because he didn't expect her. She's in her work clothes, so she's feeling bad.
What were her work clothes? Where was she working?
Super Value at Tesco's.
Uh-huh.
Mike, you're up.
There was one Easter that was a great date, but it was a great date because I think I'm
Easter,
great.
That was a real good day.
Yeah. And back in 1916, it was I was a young man. No, probably 2016 though. To be fair.
Mike, stop dodging the question, you cunt.
Well, just this girl, like because it was Easter, I got her like a piñata full of like all sweets and chocolates that she had told me she liked, and then took her to Cadbury World. So it was chocolate day, and went to an arcade, and she told me that she didn't really want to be in a relationship, and
Best day of his life.
I just remembered how that ended, and she told me that she was gonna that she needed to move away. She didn't want to stay in England where we were at the time, and I was like, okay. And then like 4 years later, she stuck to that and she left me. So that was the best date of my life. Pat, how about? What about Pat?
Fuck. But alright.
You got in for this, Pat.
No, because I was just asking you the questions. One of like the most memorable dates. Like it wasn't the best date of my life, but it's something that has stuck with me for ages. When I was in the States, I told the story a couple of weeks ago about the waitress chasing me out the door because I didn't tip enough, apparently.
$12 and an $88 bill,
Yeah, that one.
if I recall.
So I was in New York City. Met this girl from Tinder. I like went for these drinks at that place. Went a couple of other places, and she's like, "Oh, we should go in here." I like just into this apartment building. I was like, "Is this where you live?" She's like, "No." And we went straight up to the roof. and some
Made nookie.
no nookie, but a little bit of some other things, some sake. And like literally on the roof of this building is adjacent, like so.
Spider-Man.
The Empire State Building, one road, and I'm on the building opposite, like halfway up the Empire State Building, looking.
You did this on top of Trump Tower.
Not Trump Tower. Trump Tower is Chicago, no?
I meant the Chrysler Building, to be honest.
No, it was an apartment block, and so yeah, he got a sucky is Tony.
So I
Like
can
to
sleep
call it, whilst looking out over.
You get no fucking when you got the suck.
While looking out over Manhattan, and I was just like, "This is hilarious."
Hilarious.
Like,
Not enjoyable.
This is
Not sexy.
I was laughing my head off.
yeah. Everything okay? Yeah, that's genuinely one of like.
So
I
funny.
think, like, I went on a lot of dates when I was in the States. That rhymes.
Oh, did you? Oh, I went on a lot of dates. I've dated tons of girls.
No, it's kind of how I like traveled around. I would set my Tinder to as far as it would go, and then choose the person the furthest away, and I would just be like, "Hey, I'm in this city, 200 fucking miles away. If I like get a hotel, like, can we go and do something? Show me around your city." And that's how I was choosing where I was going next in the States. Like, nothing happened with all of like a couple of them things happened, but it was just mainly just be like, "Hey, let me see your city."
Is that what you call it?
Is that what you call it, Pat?
A big old hairy city. No, that's disgusting. I'm sorry. I hate myself. But yeah, no, it's one of the most.
I'm going to cut out the big old hairy part, believing that I hate
thanks.
myself.
Appreciate it. Cheers, Mike. And yeah, the way fun. So how my mum met my dad was just on a bus.
Just like Tim.
That was going to be my lie.
Oh,
I was going
sorry.
to tell my brother's story as my dad's story.
Sorry.
Oh, dickhead.
Sorry, I was just
Okay,
surprised.
but now that we're into that, I'm going to tell you the story of how my mum and dad got engaged. From the story detail, I don't know if anything these say is true anymore, to be honest. Or shall I let my mum tell it? We'll wait till we get to that.
Yeah.
Okay, that can be her question for her.
Yeah.
Pat, have you got any top tips for dating? Do's and don'ts.
Don't be yourself.
More is less.
Drink as much as you can.
Is that for real?
As drunk as you can, as quick as you can.
Yeah. Go hard, go quick.
Don't ask them anything about themselves.
Nope. Bring up race
Shut
and
up.
religion a lot.
Yeah.
You're doing that silly joking thing again. I'm being serious. What's your definitely do's and don'ts?
Why the fuck do you think I got tips on this?
Well, any of you. I was just going for you first.
Do the opposite of everything we just said.
Yeah. Tony, what would you do? What do you recommend our listener does? If they have a first date tonight, what should they do?
Drop the hand.
Eat.
Drop the hand.
What does that mean? Oh,
Just wasn't expecting that. Threw me off guard.
have some chewing gum. Eat before you go out.
Yeah.
Unless
Eat
you're going
before you go out.
Yeah, like if you're going
Or if
out
you're
for
going for
drinks. No, yeah. If you're going for dinner, eat a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's good. If you're going out for dinner, don't go out starving.
Yeah.
Go out don't be too hungry.
Yeah.
But like I've read
Shove
that
your
as
food.
advice
I'm
for
always
women.
going to shovel
Like,
the food. Like,
If a man's taking you out, like I've genuinely read this on a page for like advice for women dating. If a man's taking you out,
Stab yourself for 2 days.
eat before you go out. So when you go to the restaurant, you're not going to choose a big meal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, get a fuck. Like, I would love to go on a date with a girl who just orders all the wings, all the ribs, and just sauces herself up. Like, that is the woman I will marry.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're listening,
Get your bib on.
get your bib on. Get your fucking...
well, luckily I carry a second just in case this one.
Oh, I came prepared, honey. Yeah, advice.
Advice? You're asking the wrong man for advice.
Don't.
I don't really have a plan when I do.
Well, it might not be a plan. It's what comes natural to you. What does come natural?
I say acknowledge the red flags straight away. Don't try and
ask
submit them.
questions.
Have you ever
Ask how their day was.
ever worked for a CIA government?
CIA government.
CIA
Have you ever worked for CIA government?
I was trying to think, what did he say on the
They
plane
say don't
forms?
drink too much.
I'm a few Tetra T's deep tonight. What's the... When you're flying to America, have you ever been part of a terrorist organization?
Yeah. I've CIA. I've ever worked for a CIA government.
Yeah,
Same
it's the
thing.
same thing. Ask them that.
Have they ever worked for a terrorist
What do your
organization?
parents do?
Yeah.
Are they wealthy?
Yeah.
Is there an upside to this financially for me?
Are you smart?
Do you own your own apartment?
Do you floss?
Can you do the floss?
Can you?
I can't. I've given it a go.
I've tried a few times and I can just get about dabbing, but that's about it. That was not a dab.
It's close.
It was close enough.
I'm giving it a go.
Giving it, and that's all that matters.
That's the advice I would say. Just give it a go.
How long are your toes?
Just give it a go. Just
How
go be
big
yourself.
is your nose?
Because the right one will react the right way.
Exactly.
Just give it a go. Be yourself.
Okay, well, lads,
But don't be yourself
look,
too much.
I'm glad you've given us. I'm glad you've given us these great answers. But I've actually gone. I've gone to the experts here, right? I've listened to a podcast. I've listened to a dating podcast, and I listened to a full episode, and I have some tips. All right. So, for anyone who wants to know, the podcast I listened to was called "Girls Gotta Eat" with Raina Greenberg and Ashley Hesseltine.
Not so much if they eat before they go.
Wait, before you go on, this sounds like one of those fucking stupid ones where it's saying advice that I just said. Eat before you go out so you don't eat as much, or make sure the guy pays for everything. It sounds like a very...
Well, that's it. That's a very sexist view.
It's
Just
called
from the name
Girls Gotta Eat,
and
and it's
their name.
about a
Girls Gotta
dating
Eat. It
podcast.
sounds like a gold
Date as
digger
many
podcast.
men as you fucking can and eat for free every day.
I was going to read you the blurb, but if you don't want to hear it, if you want to just make up your own blurb,
We'll
that's
listen.
fine.
Come on.
Okay. Why do guys just want to fuck you once, then stalk your Instagram forever? Should you ditch the apps and meet people in the wild? How do you get over a breakup when you feel like you're going to die? These are all topics discussed on Girls Gotta Eat, a comedy podcast about dating, sex, and relationships, co-hosted by Ashley Hesseltine and Raina Greenberg. That sounds pretty good, huh?
But you listen to the whole podcast, one
You
episode.
do literally go out in the wild. That's the only way. Like,
I listened to a full episode,
What was
right?
the episode called?
And so the episode was called "The Importance of Having a Hoe Phase."
stop.
So,
No, I get it.
okay.
It's important.
So
Everyone needs a hoe phase.
First, everyone
Not
does.
just,
Well,
not
look,
just women, men
yeah,
as well. Everybody
Christmas.
Pat. I
needs a
think,
hoe phase.
yeah, they say men as well. Pat, they do.
Good,
Okay,
good.
right. Okay, it sounds like you've listened to this episode, Pat. But
I haven't. I'm just
in
very
case you
progressive.
haven't, they do a lot of live shows, so they're pretty successful. So I thought we'd take some tips from them. So they had 4 sponsors I noticed on the episode.
For one episode, for
Was
one.
And
Funky
they've
Like a
read-
Monkey one of them?
No, not funky like a monkey.
McDonald's.
No, or McDonald's. We are sponsored by McDonald's, but they are not. Okay, so their 4 sponsors were Milk Bar, Pillbox, Cam App, and Article.com. And what you know what I thought, lads? I thought 4 sponsors, 4 of us. I think let's put out a little free ad for each of those things and see if we can get them on board. So, Pat,
Yeah.
if you want to go Pillbox first,
Thank you so much.
it's
yeah.
like a subscription service where they send you your birth control pill
So whenever I'm
every month.
out at a party and I realize I haven't got any drugs on me, I call up Pillbox. They'll bring me a few ecstasies in a little box, and my night just gets better from there.
Escalates.
Like, they get there within 20 minutes and pop a couple of pingers, and it's the best night of my life.
Thanks very much to Pillbox for the sponsor.
Thank you, Pillbox. Appreciate it. Keep doing what you're doing.
Okay. Now, Bull, Milk Bar. Can you tell us something about Milk Bar?
Yeah, Manscape is so you don't cut your nuts off. You have to cut them with Manscape.
So Milk Bar is it's like a dessert
contractually
dessert
obligated
website.
to talk about Manscaped, I'm afraid. Manscaped is
Okay.
a
It's
razor.
impossible to nick your testicles.
You can't nick them.
You can't.
You can't nick them. No one can nick them.
Like, hey, give me your testicles.
No, you can't nick them.
I got a
You get
Manscaped.
a Manscaped, buddy.
And then I back
and
off.
It's really good if
The
you
gurus.
just want to cut a lot of hair off your pubic region. Or backsack.
It's actually not that good.
Backsack and crack.
Sorry?
Is it not?
Oh, don't be putting down the one I'm sponsored by.
No,
That
it's
is
the only
not-
one I've
that's not
tried.
the one he said, though.
Well, I know it's Milk
No,
Bar,
it's not Milk
but
Bar.
I'm contractually obligated not to talk about
Okay, you've done
I really
Manscaped.
wasn't sure.
You've done Manscaped. That's done. Now do Milk Bar.
Milky Bars are on Milk Bar. What's Milk Bar? What is Milk Bar, Mike?
I think it's like a website that sells you desserts or some shit.
I
Oh,
thought it's
yeah.
just a bar
If
that
you're-
sells
if
different
you're-
animals' milks.
If you're online and you're hungry for cake, Milk Bar is the way forward.
Just Google it. Like just Google Milk Bar and hope.
Milk
for
Bar.
it.
If you want to buy it, buy it. If you
but
don't,
exactly.
don't.
Could be good, could be.
Okay, now Tony.
I love this segment.
So Tony, we've actually got your we've got the website for your one, so you can tell people exactly where to go. Okay, it's article.com and they sell furniture. So can you plug that for a while, please?
Yeah, sure. If you're looking for a place to buy comfy chairs for your granny or chairs for your
Fanny.
put your
Not for
fanny
young
on,
people, just old people.
just Google. What was it?
Article.com.
Article.com, yeah. That's
You don't need to Google it. You have the full website.
Yeah. .com. Just Google it, and you'll see.
Click the first thing that comes up. It says ad.
You see lots of. I guarantee you'll fall asleep just looking at the photos that come up. You know what I mean? You'd be dreaming of sitting in
Tony,
the
this
car.
this works.
Yeah, man, look it up.
This works
Article.
perfectly into my ad.
That's ARTICLE. Yeah. .com.
.com. So that perfectly moves into my one, which is the Calm app. This is an app. I actually don't use Calm app. I use Headspace. It's the same thing but different. So assuming Calm app is as good as Headspace, it's really good.
It's
Like on Headspace, there's like little stories you can listen to. Headspace is an app where you use it to meditate. They like have little meditation things. They tell you little nighttime stories with background music to send you off to sleep. It's like no, you're in a soap shop and you see all the people making the soap and you can smell all the soaps and you help them with the soap. It's lovely.
It's
So
like
I'm
Milk
assuming
Bar,
Calm
like
app
that,
something like that.
Something like the Milk
Calm
Bar,
app something like that. So that's Headspace. So download Headspace and also FunkyLikeAMonkey.com. Still trying to flog the last few bits. Head on over to FunkyLikeAMonkey.com. Use code BigMikePod to save 20%. And I can't talk about the Calm app. I haven't used it, but Headspace is really good for me.
Don't cut your testicles off. I can't
Okay,
urge you
so-
enough on a first date. Don't cut your testicles off.
If you do happen to cut your testicles off, Pillbox
Testicles.
has pills for any occasion. Numbs the pain.
Okay, Pat, you already did Pillbox.
Oh, but I'm going to keep plugging it because it's a great company. If you need a pill for any situation at all,
But no, but Pat, they
Pillbox
only
will drop it off.
they only do birth control pills.
As far as you're aware.
Well, as
That's
far
what it
as
feels like.
Girls Gotta Eat told me.
Well,
The Milk
I
Bar
think
is
you-
on
Pat-
me.
I think every night when you're in the club,
I
You're
am
just
in the
fucking
club
dick.
every night.
you're taking birth control pills.
Yeah.
I hope I don't get pregnant.
And I haven't got pregnant yet, so I can vouch for Pillbox.
Yeah, true. No, they're working great. They're working
Yeah.
great. Okay.
The guy in the shop said it works real good.
Okay. So I've taken some notes. So I'm gonna read out the notes I've taken from the episode of the podcast. So you don't have to listen to it, and you'll just tell me if you think it's like a good or bad thing they said. Okay. So straight after the Milk Bar ad that they read really robotically, not as well as Bull did, they said guys are really cute when they guys are really cute when they like sweets. Do you think that's true?
Guys are really
False.
cute when they like
False.
sweets.
Santa
That
Claus.
doesn't sound like a real
Santa
thing.
Claus
That's not a
cute.
real sentence.
False.
Because normally females are more the ones with sweet tooth. So if a guy likes sweets, that's pretty cute.
Like,
Except for one of their
I
exes
eat
like
two
sweets, and
bags
that's
of
not cute.
Haribo in one go,
Here's
and I
a
don't
fact
think that's
now.
cute.
It's counterintuitive, but apparently women are more attractive to men who have a lower, like, deeper voice. But apparently men with deeper voices have lower sperm count. So it's completely counterintuitive in terms of natural. Mad, no?
Tony, I don't know what you're talking about. Same joke, different angles.
Milky Bars are on
Okay,
me.
so they were talking for a while about like
for Halloween. Sorry, that literally just reminded me.
2
Literally,
weeks ago. Halloween was.
yeah. But Tony just saying the Milky Bars are on me.
3, depending how late it was.
Dressed up as the Milky Bar kid because in fucking Woolworths, they were like 4p for a fucking Milky Bar, and I was like,
Okay.
this was when I used to bleach my hair properly as well. Strolled up into town with Woolworths with my sister.
Dressed as the cowboy throwing Milky Bars at people.
Walking home, just being like, the Milky Bars are on me. And just chucking them
That was his first date with us.
with my sister.
God, Tony is. If you're listening for the first time, Tony fancies his great granddaughter, right?
She's pretty fun.
So they were talking for a while about NASCAR and Formula One,
Who was?
and one of the girls recommended. Sorry,
You been paying any attention, cunt. Go on, Mike. Sorry, that's it.
Dad, are you going to interrupt every fucking half a sentence, or can I just finish my
I'm
sentences?
kind of drunk.
My sandwiches. Okay. They were talking for a while about NASCAR and Formula One, and one of the girls recommended that if you wanted someone hot to masturbate to, then there's Lewis Hamilton. And I was thinking, like, imagine if we said that, but the opposite way around. Like, imagine if we talked about women we like to masturbate to. Like, I'm like, Scarlett Johansson is great to...
Why did you go
Why
for
are you
Scarlett
looking at me like
Johansson?
that?
Like,
Half it off.
Why are you looking at me like that?
You've set yourself up in the trap.
you fucking fell right into that trap, buddy. Oh, I like her character, Black Widow. I appreciate her as an actress, but I also love to fap him off to her.
You done goofed.
You goofed up, boy.
You done goofed. Exactly.
They said to go on loads of dates, and they said one woman they knew had been on 80 dates in the last year.
What?
Is that good advice?
That one every 4 days.
Quick maths, but I don't know if it's correct. It was quick, but...
Roughly, not far off.
No, I don't know how many men that was
80
with.
plus? Like,
I don't know if that's like 80 first dates, or if it's like, do you know what I mean,
yeah,
like
I'm
30
sorry.
different
Really in
people,
love.
or if it's...
She just found the one on the first date. And they're really into it.
yeah,
like.
yeah.
Maybe she just has 4 on the go.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the guy in Asia? Can't remember where, so I'm not going to say it because that might sound racist. Who was dating 32...
Just by saying that, it sounded
Yeah.
racist.
but who was dating 32 women at a time.
32 women.
32 women.
Women.
Women. Women.
You
Oh
kept
yeah, no,
saying
I'm drunk. 32 women
Yeah.
at a time.
Uh-huh.
And he told each of them he had different birthdays. And so he was getting gifts constantly throughout the year. And he got fucking arrested for fraud.
You can get arrested for telling someone your birthday is wrong.
Ridiculous. It is China where happiness isn't allowed, is what you
Was
said
it China,
last
though?
time.
Because you said you didn't know where in Asia.
I think it was China. I think it was China.
What time was it? Okay.
4 a.m.
So
5 a.m.
one of the hosts said that 19 was her sluttiest year. When do you think your sluttiest years were, Lads? What age were you?
Same, I'd say.
19? Okay.
Mm.
And Pat? Everyone's very quiet for this question.
No, I think genuinely think my sluttiest year was probably my first year in Prague.
So what age?
What age were you?
I don't bloody know, 22, 23. Because I was never attractive growing up, and all my friends fucked a lot of people, and I'm just like, what is going on? And then came.
You said that as if you're attractive now. I don't know what you're... Oh, you are. Sorry, Pat. I didn't realize.
12% more attractive than I was back then.
When was yours, Mike?
Okay. 21. I reckon I kissed 3 different girls that year. So
Slag.
21 was a good one for me. Or as Pat would say, if in his terms, the first year I was in Birmingham. So everyone knows what age I was then. Right.
I
You
do
shouldn't,
forget sometimes
like-
we are doing a podcast and not just talking amongst friends about shit.
You shouldn't regret that you didn't sleep with enough people, but also don't sleep around for validation.
Good
So you're saying,
advice.
like, when you're getting
That's good
married, you
advice.
shouldn't be like, I've only been with a couple of people. You know, you should, like, make sure you like what you like.
Oh, 100%.
What you think?
Yeah.
That implies, though, like, that you just always have the option. You know,
What?
like
Wait. No.
like as if
No, what it
you always have a
implies is that
chance
you
to
settled
sleep with
down
people.
sooner than you wanted to.
But that's just
Yeah.
entirely going off social situations, which, it shouldn't be dependent upon.
Okay, one of them said, "I don't believe you can have too much dick." Pat, what do you think of that? Is that good advice?
Well, you see, my granddad,
You're not going to get a lie out of this.
he died that way.
He had too much dick.
Too much.
Like,
Okay.
too much.
So you think you can?
On himself and in himself.
Tony, you're the wanger guy. What do you think of this? You're the resident expert.
President
sense.
Wanger expert.
Um,
RWE.
Dick Tracy. You can read too much of him.
Yeah, true.
Hmm.
If you haven't seen the Dick Tracy movie, The Blank is Madonna. Sorry for spoiling that for you.
What? Dick Tracy,
big
the
twist.
serial killer?
No.
He was a detective.
Who am I thinking of? John Wayne Gacy.
Very different.
The
Very different.
child rapist, murdering
Very
clown.
Just
different.
rhyme.
You're thinking of Dick Turpin, are you? The Highwayman.
No, that's the Scarlet
Okay.
Pimpernel, isn't it, Dick Turpin?
Scarlet what?
Scarlett Johansson.
Scarlet Pimpernel.
Pimpernel, is it?
Pumpernickel. Pumpernickel.
Isn't it funny that Scarlett Johansson doesn't play the Scarlet Witch?
Huh? Kinda.
Just saying.
Absolute
Where-
fucking lost, you couldn't.
I have no idea where we are even.
Okay. You should tell people if you have herpes
Yeah.
on a date. Yeah. What? 1 in 4 people have herpes.
Depends on if it's in
Uh,
yet or not.
So that woman probably went on 20 dates with people who have herpes.
Yeah, she would have done, I guess.
Oh,
Uh,
that's what
Platonic relationships are important too.
True.
If you enjoy spending time with someone, then go on another date. Don't worry too much about if they're your type or have a different kind of lifestyle. You might enjoy it.
I would definitely.
Is that
agree
good
with
advice, or do you think cut them if you don't really fancy them too much?
No, I think it's okay. I like to talk to different people, be with different people, like see different ways of doing things. You might find an easier way of doing what you think is the only way to do something, you know?
And maybe you don't know anything about their lifestyle, and that would be your lifestyle. You never know. And they're saying like how if you get really bad anxiety when someone isn't texting back, and a huge relief when they do, like that shouldn't happen. It should just be easy.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're wondering how you can make them like you more, then the answer is like just don't try to make them like you more. Just fuck them off. And that's
something different.
That's something I really have always struggled with, actually. Like in real life, is like I get so anxious when people aren't, when like a girl I fancy isn't text me back. I'm so excited when they do text me back, and I've often wondered what I can do to make them like me, and the answer is like nothing. They're just a person. They just feel how they feel. Like
That's their mentality. They kind of made up their mind, and
yeah. And then the last tip I got off them. So I got loads of good information. The last tip is always masturbate before a date.
that's what I've heard as well.
Yeah.
Just give it in before, after, during. Like, never stop wanking.
I used to take that.
Never stop.
I used to take that.
That's why they give you the napkin at the dinner table, no?
They put it over your lap in a fancy place.
Yeah, I have a follow-up, Tony. Is that to cover it or to clean up? Or both?
Peter's choice. If it's going well, you know what I mean? You don't have to cover it. Like
One for during and one after in a real fancy place.
Okay, right.
It's your fault you brought me to a sushi restaurant.
Oh, Tony. Okay, all right. Okay, next we're moving on to segmentation.
Wait, before we do, can I? I've remembered another.
Oh, go on, Pat. Tell us your fucking
horrendous-
bastard story.
Horrendous date. Because when I was in the States, it was mostly good dates, like fun storytelling dates that I've been on. But when I was in Boston, I had gone home with a black girl who had a Confederate flag above her bed.
And what
What?
did she think that represented? Like maybe it represented something different to her.
Australia.
Did you ask her?
I didn't want to get into any of that. We got back, met her family, met her parents who were stood up. I'm like, this is strange. And then took me to her bedroom, and there was a Confederate flag, and I'm just like, do you genuinely not understand what this means? Or are you just into your rockabilly kind of music?
What'd she say?
Love the Dukes of
Oh,
Hazzard,
no, I did not ask her.
Okay.
I was just
Okay,
looking
and did
to
you,
get
like-
my end away? I'm not going to be like, God,
Okay,
in some deep conversation right now.
It didn't make you leave then. You just carried on and pretended it didn't happen.
It was too late into the event situation. That's
Apart from that flag, was it nice? The whole experience?
it was some okay sex. The family meeting was a bit strange.
Did she have a nice personality? I don't know.
That is
Give her something. Okay, right.
Meeting someone's family
Her
on
dad
first,
asking me
first
questions
thing.
about. Her dad was asking me if I've ever met the Queen, and telling me to say the word sausage, asking to see my passport. Like,
Oh, so you didn't just say like, "Oh hi" as you passed by.
no,
You stopped for like
no. I wanted to just fucking pass by, but no, he was just like, oh hey, and like it seemed like a far too common regular occurrence.
Really?
Oh,
that
dear.
is the kind of like that your parents are that chill with a total stranger
Yeah.
coming into your
Random
house.
English man in their house.
Yeah, so-
Betty, the lads you bring back are normally better looking than this. I'm joking, Pat. I think you're beautiful. Just jealous.
So for all the listeners out there, this is episode 2 of mine and Mike's relationship.
Oh yeah. Last week we were thinking about moving into a flat. What's happening this week?
So you could kind of say that this is your second date.
Oh,
It's kind of our second date. Oh, third date. We are moving into a flat 'cause we need
You
to get
guys
stuff
got
done.
the Confederate flag ready for when he's moving.
That's a Pat thing.
I
Well, Pat probably has a Union Jack.
No, I follow in my mother's footsteps of
Oh, true.
anything.
She hates the
Jack
British.
related. Give a fuck.
Okay, right. So the next set of segments is it's an umbrella segment called segmentation. We usually do it about 10 minutes in, but now we're over an hour in, and this is called segmentation. And basically, it's 3 segments. Each segment, I ask one of the boys a question that I really cleverly looked up. They're great questions. It's a great segment, and yeah. So and this is the umbrella segment called segmentation that umbrellas them. What do you think, lads? Is it kind of like an umbrella?
It's like
It's umbrella-ish.
large roof umbrella kind
Roof.
of thing. Like everything.
Like a parasol. It's more of a parasol.
Parasol is the perfect word for it. We're all
Yeah.
under the same thing.
Okay. So this is our parasol segment called segmentation. So if the lads don't get their question right, the other 2 have a chance to steal. They confer with each other. They can steal a point, and then they get a point each. Currently,
Who's the biggest idiot?
Liam/Bull is winning on 11 points.
Oh, boys.
Baby.
Tony is doing pretty well on 4 points.
Shit about China.
Tony is doing pretty well on 4 points, and Pat is fairly worthless on 5 now, to be honest. So that's the
if people aren't
standings
paying
at the
attention
moment.
while you say that, you just assume that I'm going to be on last. But no, I am.
You're last in my mind, Pat.
I'm always last in your mind. It's just our first fight, Mike.
It's not our first.
It's not. It's
As a
definitely
couple.
not our first.
Okay, this segment is called Bull in a China Shop.
Oh, that's the fucking question, cunt.
Okay, the website I got this from is called ChinaMike.com. And that is now where all the questions are going to be coming from. for
No,
the
don't tell him
future.
that, because now we can fucking do his research.
Do you think I will?
Okay.
He definitely will.
This one isn't actually that related to dating, but I've worded it in a way that kind of sounds like it is. When people date for long enough, they often get married, and then they might take on a new surname. What's the most common Chinese surname? According to ChinaMike.com.
Li.
Very good
No.
guess.
Ming.
No.
Chan.
Oh,
No.
Okay.
It's over for the steal.
Chin.
Not Chin or Ching.
Dickhead.
That's two guesses. Not
Say,
no.
say the whole question again, please.
What's the most popular Chinese surname?
Yeah, but I
What's the most common Chinese surname? According to ChinaMike.com.
It's definitely fucking the president's last name.
Lee.
I
Oh my
said
god,
Li.
he said that.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to think of the thing.
It doesn't count as a guess because you didn't agree, so it's fine.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to rethink the things.
Uh,
Liam
Spelled the
said.
Irish way though. L-E-I-G-H.
What's the president's last name? It's probably what
Mao.
they would say. No, absolutely not.
Chairman Mao.
Mao is like Vietnamese. So.
No, Chairman
Is
Mao.
it chairman?
I should know this without my
Oh,
Chinese
is that-
knowledge.
Yeah, Chairman Mao. Is it like? I feel like it's sort of like we.
Ling?
That's a good guess as well.
Ling?
Is
No,
that a
I
good
don't.
guess?
No, I don't
Ling?
think it is. No, it's not. No, it's not. Woo.
Is that your guess?
Woo. Or is that
Is Tony happy with that?
Sure.
It's not Woo.
I feel
This-
we need a.
This is
fir-
such
I-
a loaded
yeah.
question.
Yeah,
I
just
feel-
fucking
feel-
Ling.
no.
I'm going with Ling.
No,
Ling's
can we
happening.
get the first letter and it's only half?
I think
a
he already
point?
said Ling, didn't he? I'm not giving you the first letter. I would have to
It's
give the
only
first letter at
half
the
a
start.
point.
Ling?
Ling
There's no
is
half
not
points.
The answer.
No, Ling was your final answer, was it?
Never gonna get it.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought Tony should have known this because it's his favorite thing.
Williams.
Wangers.
The answer is
It's
Wang.
Wang.
It's Wanger. If Tony had a friend called Wang, he could call him Wanger. But he didn't get it. So
I'm so
no
disappointed
points.
at that.
Oh, that's so brilliant that's the answer,
That's
though.
fantastic. That was well played. sir.
Okay.
Well played.
Like, yeah, genuinely,
Pat-
that's the best question you've asked in all of this.
Patriotism, even though it's nothing to do with the subject.
No, it was.
Patriotism.
Yeah.
So, according to Insider.com, what European country doesn't have a word for dating?
That's a really good question, but
Thanks.
also fuck you.
Thanks, girl.
European country. France.
Pat got a fucking point. Pure dead silence from the other side. No one can believe that
Someone
Pat got
has
a
said-
point
I
on his
know.
first guess.
guess.
That's actually the first one I've ever answered correctly. That's my own question, isn't it?
I think so.
You
Okay.
stupid motherfucker, Tony.
Yeah.
I'm 2
So
points
here's the
ahead of
thing.
you now.
The next segment is called Tone Deaf.
What?
What?
And Tony, this time, it's a musician that I am sure you've heard of. Okay? What actor is Katy Perry dating? Here's the thing, Tony. It's a male actor, because when she kissed the girl, she didn't like it that much.
He's an actor and he's dating Katy
Oh,
Perry.
it
Who is he?
Bullshit, like.
Fuck off.
Oh,
Fuck
no,
off.
he's gotta
Fuck
get
off.
this.
Let me get this as well.
You got this.
Well, lads, just give Tony his little segment. You always try and cut in on Tony's segment. Please don't give any hints.
I thought
Can't
Liam
even
was
think.
my friend.
I did not
Apparently
say
not.
he lives in Prague. I didn't say
Sorry,
that.
Tony, what's your answer? Because this is your segment.
Having a fucking skippy.
This is mental, Tony.
Name 3 actors, Tony, that you've heard of.
And think about Katy Perry. She's hot. He's hot.
Don't you fucking dare. Why do you
No,
want
no,
to sabotage
okay.
me?
I don't, but he's.
I'm
Liam's
putting-
trying to sabotage
I'm putting a silence ban. No, a talking ban on the 2 people whose question this isn't. You can talk afterwards. This is Tony's moment, okay?
Okay.
Shut
I
up.
don't know any of this bullshit. Like, I literally couldn't tell
There's
you.
3 actors. 3 actors you know of. I don't think you've met them.
I couldn't
I
even
don't know.
fucking begin to go around who's even. I don't know. Like, having a skippy. I probably know who the actor
Yeah,
is.
yeah, it
But
is.
I don't know who's dating Katy Perry.
I'm not sure where
Okay.
it's from. He's still.
Tony, have you got any answers?
No, none. Go on, pass.
No, Tony, you've got 3 fucking
haven't a clue,
guesses.
like.
You haven't made a single guess.
I
Name
haven't
3.
Oh, you can guess 3 actors, Tony.
Yeah, but I think
you
he's
do
actually
this-
just threw me off.
No,
So he's
sorry.
Like, yeah, like,
If
I have a clue.
you
Like,
do this on a whim and just say 3 actors and you get one of them right, I'm going to be very disgruntled, but I reckon
Vin
you will
Diesel.
say it. No.
No, it was not Vin Diesel. It is not Vin Diesel.
Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, closer.
No.
Nah, not particularly.
Not Mark Wahlberg.
No, it
Yeah,
doesn't.
you- like, as soon as it's
literally means
as
none.
soon as it's said, you're
Yeah,
going to be
yeah.
like, oh, okay.
I don't know. I pass. Pass.
Oh, that's too much.
Yeah. Over for the steal.
Me?
Is the answer Orlando Bloom?
No way. You were third. I didn't know that.
Oh, really? You're mental.
The answer is Orlando Bloom. They're actually engaged. So the score is currently is Bull is on 12 points. Pat is somehow on 7 points. And Tony's on 4. Congratulations to everyone except
Cut that
for
big
Pat.
blue square over there.
Okay, so that's the end of our parasol segmentation. Check back in next week, see if Pat manages to fluke another point.
Fluke another point, cunt. I got that answer, dickhead.
All right. Right. Let's call your mother, Pat.
Okay.
I want to speak to your mother.
What's the question we're asking her this week? The best date she's ever been on, or the worst date she's ever been on, or
Wasn't it the way she met your father?
most memorable?
I thought it's the way she met your father, because that was your story you were going to tell.
Hello.
Alright, you're right, Jen, you're right.
Hello, yes, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. What was yours and Dad's first date? Or how did you guys meet, I think, is the question that I feel like...
Is what?
How did you and Dad meet? What was your guys' first...
I saw a photograph of your father in bed with 2 black women. And I thought, wow, he's okay.
There's just the sound of silence over here.
Was this when he was in Africa?
What? No, you're just fucking around, aren't you, Jen?
Amazing.
No.
Right,
She said
right.
she saw a
Okay,
picture of him.
what the fuck? Okay, this is what I've not heard. Right, so to all the listeners who just tuned in, I'm learning about how my mum and dad met each other for the first time.
Where did you see the picture?
What the fuck? What are you on about, Jen? Explain.
Explain, there was a black and white photograph of your father.
A black and white photograph because you're from the 1400s.
No.
Come on. What happened,
Like Jen,
Who showed you the
Jen,
picture? Where?
walk us through it. Tell us the whole shebang.
We met at your uncle's wedding, and we were talking and having a nice time, and then this photograph appeared, and it was your father in bed with 2 black girls. And I thought, he must be okay.
Fantastic.
What year was this? 1980s?
80s.
Nah, 70s.
82.
Okay, 1982. And then what followed after that?
We went to a disco.
Okay.
And we went to the wedding reception and disco thing.
Had a disco.
And he did a paper plate dance, and I was throwing the paper plates.
And was him handing you the paper plates the first thing?
No, I was throwing him the paper plate.
Yeah, I can't. But was that like the first time you guys ever interacted? Was the handing of the paper plates?
Kind of, yeah.
Fuck. So you know, Dad's a massive exaggerator and loves to tell the fucking stories.
Yeah.
Like, heard the handing of the paper plates thing to you. Like, so.
Yeah.
I feel the boys here don't entirely understand. Dad was extremely drunk trying to do a striptease. Yes?
No, he wasn't doing a striptease. He was
Doing
he
the
was
full
dancing,
Monty.
but with doing the full Monty, but
with paper plates to cover his bits. And he handed some paper plates to a woman in the audience to hand back to him as he's doing the striptease.
Yeah,
and that woman is my mother.
That's the one.
Okay.
Spot
Never
on.
heard the thing about the two black women in bed with him.
Oh yeah, that was the exciting bit.
What's the topic of this conversation?
Dating.
Best date.
Which bit?
Best like, can you remember the best date you've ever been on? That isn't dad related.
The bit. I didn't go on that many dates.
Oh, you just fucked and walked away, didn't you?
Yeah.
Ask her for some dating tips.
No, I just chose a guy and that was it. Big date. Best dates. I honestly can't think of a best date. That's not terrible. Oh dear.
Do you have any tips for dating, Jen?
And what?
Do you have any tips for dating?
Tips for dating. Be true to yourself.
What does that mean, though?
What does that mean? Don't try and pretend you're something you're not. Just be you.
Yeah,
'Cause
but Jen, I'm a shit cunt.
you're beautiful. You've got the most gorgeous, kindest heart in the whole wide world, Pat.
No, I was just joking. Stop it, because I'm probably going to cry in a minute.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful.
Oh, you're the greatest human mother.
Yeah, just be yourself. That's the best way.
Okay, this is just turned into Pat having a drunken conversation with his mother. So thanks, Jen, for your time. Love you.
Do you have any more questions?
No, bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Yeah, that went
Right?
the way
That
I
was good advice. She didn't say the thing about what to do before
Get
each
a
date,
picture
though.
of two black women and any woman will love you.
Yeah, what the fuck is she on about with that? That's genuinely a side of that story I've never fucking heard before.
But he was in Africa, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that's where that happened.
See, and I feel
Wait,
we are
so-
almost too PC with some things.
Pat, was your dad a stripper?
Was my dad a stripper? No, but it was... So, I think the rest of the story, from what I've heard from my dad, is it was my uncle's wedding, my mum's brother's wedding, and my dad and his brother had a mutual friend, and so somehow they got invited along, and then that's where he met my mum and handed her a bunch of paper plates while doing a stripper routine and being like, hand me plates as I get more naked.
But did he just do that as a joke? Was that his job?
No,
No,
that's
no.
just,
That's just something-
That was
doing a
just
wedding,
like, I'm from a family of alcoholics. So,
I've never heard of someone do that at a wedding.
a dance. Like, people have routines that they do at weddings. Loads of people.
I've never heard of someone taking their pants off, like.
no, I don't.
Different times, wasn't it?
My uncle's dressed up in a granny and definitely stripped off a couple of times.
Well, we've heard versions of that story, Tony.
Mm-hmm. It happens.
We heard about someone's Christmas being ruined, Tony.
A poor boy.
The Christmas episode's coming up, so we'll look back at that then. Okay, so is everyone ready for the next segment?
Yeah.
Last segment of the
Are
night.
we not finished yet?
That's how he tells them.
I hope that's some kind of sick joke,
It's
Pat,
how he tells them.
because it's how I fucking tell him. Mike's joke of the week.
I cannot wait.
I'm working on getting a jingle for this segment at the moment, so watch this space.
I think how Liam sets up, you don't need anything else on that.
But it's all about how he tells them at the end of the day.
What is it?
It's how he tells them.
ChinaMike.com. No, that was a question. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, ready.
Do you know what the hottest date I had this year was?
32nd of June.
32nd.
You heard me, cunt.
I'm going to cut that part out. July 20th.
That's how he tells them.
Oh, that That's literally the worst thing.
That's how he tells
I
it.
literally missed it all. Like,
Okay, because Tony likes my jokes normally. So, Tony, do you know what the hottest date I had this year was? July 20th.
Because the hottest day of the year.
because that's the
I feel
Yeah,
my
'cause I'd
interjection-
like-
I feel my interjection made it funnier.
He's cutting him.
No, I'm cutting.
Uh,
Pat, I'm cutting the fat, which is all of your parts in the podcast.
Because it's how he tells him.
It's how I tell him.
well,
Okay,
better at
so-
telling them.
Fuck you. No, it's how I tell him. I'm particularly good at telling them, Pat. That's the whole reason I have a joke segment.
I
People
feel my
said I'm great at
interjections are
telling-
sometimes better.
No one likes your injections. Right. So, lads, that was our dating episode. I think we fucking nailed it. I think we are now a professional dating podcast. What you think?
Yeah, sometimes.
I
What was Pat's segments this week? What was my lie?
Didn't we catch you out during it?
No, I can't remember the lie, but if one of you guesses it, I'll point it out.
teddy bear.
Discuss amongst yourselves. I literally have no idea.
You
what
probably
my
didn't even
fucking
do
lie
it.
is. Oh no, I definitely did. I fucking made a point of it.
I thought you were saying the lie and someone pointed it out and we caught you at it.
No, you thought it was the bear thing.
Oh no! I did try and tell the lie about my brother and my dad.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I was going
yeah.
to just mix up.
Yeah.
But no. So I abolished that. But I did tell another.
Did you
lie.
do another lie after that?
I did do another lie.
Fucking hell, Pat. This episode was long enough without
Wait,
fucking multiple lies.
That's not how you moved around America, the Tinder thing.
Kind of is.
Okay, so I don't know. I can't think of any other shit you were talking about.
I don't think you were laughing on the top of the Empire State Building.
I did get a sucky in on top of the building next to Empire State Building.
I don't think you've ever used pillbox.com.
This is now a question for everybody. Like, someone needs to say something to trigger
Figure
my
this
memory of what the fuck my lie was.
God, this
I
is
couldn't tell you.
painful.
Pat,
You can.
Pat, next time fucking write it down, okay? This is
Nah,
unprofessional.
because then that would be too obvious. It needs to be fluid.
You'll never make host at this rate.
I don't want to make host.
Okay, well,
I'm
well,
happy
good.
as a lower class citizen. It was something to do with. Wait. Oh! I remember. I remember my segment, which is called.
That's used. Pat's worthless.
Pat's alibi.
That's liable.
Pat's a liability. Okay, so Pat's liability.
What was it?
What was the lie? Tony?
I have a fucking clue. I haven't a
Liam?
No one cares.
clue.
No, go on. Mike, do you have any idea?
Uber's going to be here in 3 minutes. What is it, Pat?
The going home with a black girl with a Confederate flag.
Aha, the whole thing was a lie.
That literally entire
That
scenario.
was a-
Half of it was my friend's
crux.
situation, which
A
is
crux.
actually more hilarious than my made-up story. One of my best mates went back with a girl, and her dad was like, "Y'all ever met the Queen?" Like, she took him back to his trailer, and he was like, "Y'all ever met the Queen?" I'm drunk as fuck.
I know.
I didn't realize you were. Are you all drunk, or is it just Pat?
Oh no, I'm absolutely steaming on my own.
Oh, I didn't. I genuinely didn't know you were drunk.
How?
Fair enough. Fair play for. That's the real trick. You
That's
tricked
the
me all this time.
real-
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So
patriotism.
Good night, I'm sober. That's Pat.
Okay.
What's the segment called?
That's a liability.
Pat's.
Pat, we've done that. We just did that. Okay. So I'd like to thank our sponsors this week: Milk Bar, Pillbox, Cam App, and Article.com. Check all those out. Support the pod. And
Shout
yeah,
out to
so
Box for always giving me pills when I need them.
yeah, whenever he's late for his period, as we said last week. I've been Big Mike, and you can find me at Big Mike Corp on Twitter. Pat, what about you? Where can we find you on the internet?
You can't find me on the internet, but you can find me in the gutter, just at the cross section of Charles Bridge and the 5-Story Club. I'll be down there somewhere.
Okay, good. Every night or just tonight before the podcast comes out?
Most nights. If you catch
Most
me
nights,
somewhere
okay.
else, if you catch me somewhere else, then buy me a drink.
Okay. Tony, where can we find you on the internet?
www.massivefatdicks.com.
rectile.com, I think.
Rectile.
Yeah. Rectile, yeah.
That's a cool word, actually.
Okay. And
I'll try to use that
Paul,
once
where
that one's dysfunctioning. Where can you find me? You can't find me on the internet, but you can find me on those hairs on the top part of your grandfather's cheek that he doesn't shave because he's just sick of life.
Oh, every time you hug him, you just feel him, and it feels like the worst thing.
Yeah, that's where you can find me. So
As far away from
have a look at that.
Okay, lads, this has been one of the best dates of my life, so thank you very much. Thanks, bye.
Bye.
Catch you later.
See you now.